How's it going, guys? Today we are going to be looking at how to get yourself some blank matrix cores and overclocks. It is a second part of the video that I was doing before. So, there's quite a few ways. Sadly, all of them are tied to weekly resets. Now, today we are going to be looking at our weekly core hunt, which is just 3 missions. The first one gives you a blank matrix core, then an overclock, and a cosmetic. So we're going to select that. So there's a couple things you can do. We are going to find the mission. And the first thing that I always do if I'm by myself is we can go join. Take a look here. We have one game that is 13 minutes in, so we might be able to join and just automatically get it completed if they are in the last stretch of the mission. Which means it takes pretty much no work from you if you're just looking to get it done as fast as possible. And I always pick the driller on everything but me hunting machine events. Now give me a sec to just quickly adjust. See if we can find a function here. Nope. No. I personally hate more kite missions. They take so long. But we are going to join this match. Okay. We do seem to be having some technical issues here on joining. And there isn't any new ones up. So we are, and it doesn't matter what hazard you put it on. So we're going to put it on hazard 1. And put it on solo. Now, the first video we covered what to do with the blank matrix cores, about the machine events and how to farm them. This one is going to be pretty simple. I choose the driller because it can get everywhere and dig through shortcuts and passages the fastest, hands down. Doing missions solo makes it so that there's less enemies, and then that enemies take more damage, you take less. So all of that combined just makes it so it's as easy of a run as possible. Because when you get to the point that you're actually wanting to farm these, you want to just get them done as soon as possible so you can move on to the next thing that will benefit you, whether that is farming resources for your blueprints that you already have, and so on. And we don't really worry about getting the secondary objective done unless it's a higher hazard and you're looking at a double XP. Otherwise, I mean, you're not really wasting your time, but I mean, it's just extra hassle that you don't really need. So we're just gonna wait for our Molly drone so we can deposit this Morkite. We're just gonna straight up get 250 Morkite as fast as possible. And then, like, as an example, we just did that, and we can go back and forth between it. A scout would work too, but if we had to drill more or pickaxe, you know, just general mining, we wouldn't necessarily have as much freedom for going through solid areas. So as we drop down, we're just going to keep looking for more Morkite. Even in the pitch dark or pitch black, we can still see it glowing and shining on whatever it's on. So if we stand here and just give a bit of a once over, we can see, oh, that we got some right there. So this is a good example of what a scout can't do. Is scout would have to dig with pickaxe regularly because you wouldn't be able to land yourself on this. So we're going to make this float so we can get it all at once. Then we are going to drop down, call Molly right here. Make sure that we didn't miss any. And again, our goal is not to farm resources and stuff with this run. It is straight up just to get our mission done as fast as possible. And then another handy thing is if we don't want to dig all the way up there, we can get Bosco too. And he will clear all of that out for us. Then we can see that there's another bit of Morkite up there. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all of that. So now we're going to go back up and over here. Double check we didn't miss anything. Which is not looking like we did. Now we are going to just look for a way back up. If we can't find one, then that's another good thing about having driller is we can just make one. So we can see that there's a little divot up there. Now Scout would be able to reach that a lot quicker, but if once we get to the drop pod portion of the mission, we can just dig straight there. We aren't going to have to go around any twists and turns. And we got a bit more Morkite here. We're going to start by calling Molly. That way it has a bit of time to catch up. Okay, so we got Morkite there, Morkite there. Ooh, and Morkite there. And it's probably about 20 to 30 each. So we average that out at 90. We're going to be a little bit short still, I think. No, we might. This might be enough to just straight up finish the mission. We'll know soon enough, though. Oh yeah, we'll have enough. So, again, we're going to just yeet down. Now, normally you wouldn't do that. Dying is bad, right? But you got Bosco. He has his guaranteed revives. You are on a low difficulty, so you are not going to need to even worry about if you die. And usually by the time you get your weekly core hunts, you're going to have a leveled up character. So we got 20. This should be 30 here. We're just going to wait for Molly again. And we need 9 more. There ore line is. And voila. We aren't even going to worry about getting the rest. Because again, this is just to complete the mission as fast as possible. How are we doing on time? 15 minutes, which isn't too bad. So that stopped right there. Now, trick with the driller is you don't want it to overheat. That'll just take up extra time. This goes for both if oh if you're just straight up trying to mine or if you are trying to escape from something that's chasing you. It takes a lot longer if you overheat it than it does for you to just take a quick second for it to cool down. Now again, instead of us having to go through the entire map, all we have to do to get up is dig through here, and voila. Now, we got here before Molly even did. So we're gonna have to wait a second for Molly to get here. So we can see the mule right there. Okay, and it's open and we are out. And this video will cover the weekly core hunts. We got our first mission there that got the blank matrix core. And we are just straight up going to get through this screen as fast as possible. We are going to jump into our next mission. Now, if you aren't too worried about cosmetics, you only really need to do the first 2 missions on this. So again, we're going to go here, we're going to go join, we're going to take a look and see if there's any that are close to completion. This is 10 minutes in, so let's take a look. Okay. So we can go like that. Now, first thing we're going to do is look for flames kind of gushing out of the ground. We got a pump jack down there. So these guys have already started by putting the pump jacks together. And this is another one where driller is just phenomenal. Instead of us having to wiggle the pipe around from one place to another. Yeah, I'm going to let this guy just straight up build. We're going to help him get that started. So we got another pipeline back here. We have our one pump jack there that he's building to. We have that pump jack. which we are going to dig a side path to. And I play Driller pretty religiously. The only time really to switch, I mean, each class is good at certain missions. Driller's good at this, and the alien egg extraction, and point extraction. Gunner is my go-to for the dreadnought killing and such. So if you are going and you have to kill the bosses, Gunner, especially if you have the right overclocks, is going to outdamage anything that can be thrown out. So we have 2 pump jacks done. And as you can see by digging that side path, we save us having to go down and up and around. So that's 2. Do we have a third pump jack down? 1, 2, and 3. We got our third one right there. Now this is going to be pretty easy to get to. Oh. Engineer is always nice for these as well. You generally have to build inside the room versus just digging a straight shoot or straight shot to it. But now we pretty much just wait for the Morkite to get farmed through these pipes. If you're watching this video, then chances are you've done this kind of mission before, but we wait and then the pipes get attacked and broken, and then we have to repair them, and then the mining continues once we have all 3 pipelines repaired. That person's getting that pipeline. Then I made this path over here, and that person's getting that pipeline. And voila. And it's usually ballpark of 30% that you can get of it done each time you repair before you have to go into the next repair. So we were at 31%. And then in anticipation of it breaking again, we are going to Yeah, there it is, 61%. Now, all classes can solo on everything pretty effectively since you got Bosco. It's just about getting the right overclocks and having a class that fits your playstyle. So we got that one done. Just got that one done, and this one or the next one should finish up the mission. Okay, 87%, which means this will be the last repair we need. Okay, now we just have to wait a minute and the drop pod will arrive. Okay, so we can see that the drop pod is coming in on this direction. We might not even have to dig. For Molly either. Okay, and then we're going to finish this up. Now let us take a look at what overclock we got. So that was the second mission. Second mission is always going to be a weapon overclock. It's not necessarily going to be for the class that you run it on, though. It's random. So we're initializing. And we didn't get to see what overclock we got. But we are loading in and we will go and check that out. Oh, there it is. And we got rewiring mod for the Drax on the Scout. Now, that's the end of the video for this one. The next one I am going to be showing you guys how to get overclocks and blank matrix cores from deep dives. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and drop a comment on what you would like to see. Have a great day.